Did you know your taste is getting better faster than your confidence? Here's how I found that out. There are some old songs on my hard drive, my old band, Catfight. I call it a demo, but we spent more than a week recording it in a proper recording studio back in the 90s. Cost us a small fortune, for a bunch of musicians on a dole anyway. They had a decent room, a large analogue desk, reel-to-reel multi-track, the full works. I listened to it every now and again, and I never ceased to be blown away by what we did. Not in a nostalgic, oh that's sweet, we were so young type of way. I mean, generally stopped in my tracks by the songs and the performance. My voice was in a place I sometimes completely forget it had ever been. The performances were locked in for such technical stuff, and damn, the energy we had, that was real, legit. And it wasn't just down to luck. We were rehearsing 20 plus hours a week back then, 4 nights a week sometimes, 6 hours a session, and your body gets fit because of it. My voice got fit for it, that's fucking for sure. Sometimes I think, could I still do that? And the honest answer is, probably not. Not right now at this moment. I'd have to put some serious work back in because your voice, more than any other instrument, changes with age. Yeah, guitarist chops might fade without practice, but that's just physics and fitness. And vocal cords, they're a different animal. But then a second thought arrives right behind it. How do I hear that so clearly? Because the version of me sitting here today, listening, can hear exactly what made those old recordings work. I can still picture every note and every harmony, all those moments where the performance was really on fire, every choice that landed and why, because this version of me now, the one doing the listening, has better ears than the one who made the recordings. Despite maybe losing some hertz off the top end and bloody tinnitus ringing every goddamn waking moment. But that is the thing I want to talk to you about today in this video. If you want to stay and see if you agree, hell, drop a comment, start a conversation, hit the sub button, tell me you've got tinnitus as well. Anyway, there's a gap that opens up when musicians step away from playing, and it's not a gap most people think it is. Most people assume they've fallen behind, that the time away has cost them, that they're further from where they want to be than they were before the gap. But there are actually two things happening, and they move at completely different speeds. You see, your taste keeps developing like a fine wine matures with age. It doesn't need you to practice, and it doesn't need you to record or perform or even finish anything. It just needs you to keep living and keep listening, which, unless you locked yourself in a soundproof room away from the world, which I can't blame you if you did, it's gone a bit loopy as of late, well, you have been. Your confidence though, now that's a different kettle of fish. For many of you, your confidence froze because confidence runs on evidence. And when you stopped playing, stopped finishing things, stopped recording, stopped performing, well, you see, that evidence, it all but dried up. With nothing to update yourself on, the confidence stayed exactly where you left it. Or maybe it went into retreat, into exile, kind of hiding away somewhere. So that's two things. One of them kept moving and one of them stopped. And the gap between them is probably the most misunderstood thing about coming back to music. Okay, so here's something I heard many people say out loud. Every creative person meets this gap at least once when they're learning. You're young, you're starting out, you can hear that what you're making isn't as good as what you're listening to, and sometimes that gap is enough to make you quit. Some of us, however, meet it a second time, and that is when we're coming back after years away. The same feeling, but an entirely different cause. You see, the first time the gap exists because your taste, it might be ahead of your ability, but your ego thinks your ability is better than it probably really is because you haven't yet developed the craft to match what you can hear, but you still think you're amazing. The second time the gap exists because your taste kept growing while the craft was stuck on pause. It's two different problems that kind of feel like identical from the inside. You pick up the guitar and hear immediately that something's not quite right. You record a take and know within seconds it didn't have quite what it needed. Or open a mix and you can identify exactly what's wrong before you even touched a single fader. And most musicians read that as, I've got worse. But you see, That's not what's happening. What you're hearing when you pick up a guitar and immediately know it's not right, that's not your failure, that's your judgment. That's the thing that kept developing while everything else was on pause. You're not making worse artistic decisions than you used to, you're making better ones. Your hands or voice, or maybe your feet if you're a drummer, just haven't caught up yet. And your taste didn't just improve musically. Think about what happened since you last played seriously. You watched films with soundtracks that stopped you cold. You heard pieces of music at moments in your life when they meant something specific and personal. You lost people. You became something. A parent or a carer. A person who's been through enough to know what matters and what doesn't. You discovered entire genres you'd never given 5 minutes before when you were a picky teenager. I know I have. Back in the 90s, for me it was rock, metal, goth, punk, industrial, new wave. My world was specific. Image and attitude mattered as much as musical ability. Now, classical, opera, experimental, ambient, things I'd have walked past without even giving the time of day in the 80s, and they genuinely move me now. That's not your taste softening, that's your taste expanding. And that expansion wasn't just listening, it was living. Everything feeds taste. Every film, every loss, every ordinary day that turns out to be, well, not so ordinary. Every piece of music that found you at exactly the right moment. You've been accumulating all of that, even when the guitar was in the corner gathering metaphorical dust. So here's the thing I actually want you to hear. You have the ear. That's the hard part. The hands or the voice are easier. They just need a bit of a workout to get back in shape again. And if you stayed this far, I want to be direct about what to actually do with this, because I know how easily something that sounds true becomes just another reason to wait, another idea that changes nothing. So let's get specific. You cannot shrink the taste to meet the confidence. You wouldn't want to. The taste is the thing. The taste is why the music you will make will be worth hearing. What you can do is grow the evidence back. And here's something worth sitting with for a second or two. The resources available right now, tutorials, vocal coaches, production guides, mixing breakdowns, arrangement clinics, you have access to more high quality instruction freely available today than existed anywhere in the world ever before. Let that sink in. There has never been a better time than right now. Your ear has never been better. The resources have never been better. The only thing missing is a little bit of repetition. Small, regular, consistent practice. Not a masterclass, not a complete rebuild from scratch. Just showing up often enough that the evidence starts to accumulate again. And then finishing something, because finishing is where the confidence gets its clearest signal. Not the practice session alone, the completed thing, the file with a name, the track on your phone that exists outside of your hard drive. That's the evidence the confidence updates on. That's exactly what the finishing line challenge is built for. Okay, so the first cohort is already underway, making new, real, great music they can be proud of, but it won't end there. So what is it, I hear you ask? Well, it's 14 days, one song, a small group of musicians finishing things alongside each other. Nobody performing diva duties, nobody judging, just people doing the work quietly in the same digital room. The ear you've got now, the taste, the judgment, the expanded musical world you've been building without realizing deserves to have something to work on. Come and close the gap. The link's in the description. And one more thing before you go. If something in here felt true, if you recognize the gap, there's a decent chance you've watched one or two of these videos and probably haven't yet subscribed. And that's fine, I'm not collecting numbers, but if this channel is actually useful to you, the subscription is the one signal that tells me to keep making them. Cheers.